Well, all right, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Planet Gen X. I'm your host, Sean, and that's Brian over there. And we're so happy that you joined us today because we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. We got the Starfield, man. Starfield's still hot, and everybody's talking about it. Everybody's playing it.
It's going to be hot for a minute, man.
Yeah, a brand new update come out, and a little bit of a disappointment, I gotta say. People were kind of like, hell yeah, but oh, what the fuck.
Right.
Yeah, so a lot of good stuff to talk about, man. A little bit of Cyberpunk action. We might talk about that as well. The official trailer dropped. Yes, it did.
And apparently a little bit of something about our channel, right? What's been going on the past week or so?
Yeah, we'll do it up like that. So anyway, we thank you so much, and let's get right down to it. Before we start though, please remember, because we love you and you love us, to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. Even if you don't like it, just hit it anyway, because we need the help. You see, you know, at this point, we're so small, you just got to pity us. I mean, just pity us.
Yeah.
Just
throw us a pity like.
Yeah, I ain't ashamed. Pity like.
Pity subs.
That's right. Gotta have it.
We need an emote for that. We need a pity sub emote.
The pity sub emote?
Once we go live, it's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
When we go live, we'll have emotes.
And I'm going to push my VLM movement, too.
Oh, yeah?
Virtual Lives Matter, man.
Okay.
I started it a while back. It hadn't, done anything. I brought it up, 3 or 4 weeks ago, trying to see if I could start some kind of weird movement called VLM. Yeah. So, we'll see. Maybe one day.
I don't know. You'll have to get on, WoW and Path of Exile and stuff and, spread the word.
Yeah. I'm going to get the word out there. It's going to be, grassroots, man. We started small. Got to build. So, I've been playing a little bit of Starfield, and as you know, I'm not a all-out everyday gamer, so I don't have a ton of time in it, but I'm level 8 right now. I've actually, the last time I played, I got a brand new ship. I got the one that everybody wants, that everybody gets right off the bat. I got the Manus ship.
Right.
I got the Manus armor, and compared to what I got, it's grand, so it's really cool. I mean, at least I got 2 ships now, and the armor's way, 3 times better than what I had.
Cool.
And, that might say something about my gameplay. It may say I suck. I have no idea. I really don't know. I just know for me, the game's going pretty well. I have not looked yet to see what kind of frame rate I've got in the game. For me, out of the box, it was fine. Right. Other than the issue I, had just trying to get the damn game to work at all. Once I had the game working, it, whatever settings were in there, I only tweaked a couple things, like that film grain thing. I was like, I can do without that. But since then, they've come out with an update.
Yes.
And NVIDIA's come out with an update as well to the official launch driver they had. And I still don't know if I've gotten any better frame rate. And I think what everybody's saying is it's very minimal, 5% from the NVIDIA driver anyway. But I also brought up that they had the Starfield update. And it was exciting. When I saw it, I was like, hell yeah, new update. And then they just talked more about what was coming up in the future, like DLC. And that if you, the premium DLC that's coming up, if you're on Xbox Game Pass, you got the game for free, right? You're not going to get that shit for free. Right. You're going to pay for that stuff. So, I mean, that's expected. It's not like that's a surprise to many people. I'm sure.
Kind of a norm, in my opinion.
Yeah. Few people should be surprised at that.
Yeah.
They talked about some of the other stuff they had, like DLSS being in the game. There's already a mod out that gives DLSS support, but you got to jump through the mod hoops. They're eventually going to have official mod support. And I'm trying to think of other stuff off the top of my head. What else did they talk about? I don't remember offhand. But there wasn't really much in the way of performance issues. Like 3 missions that had some issues that they just felt like they had to get fixed really quick. And that was about it. kind of a let. I mean, I think there was some Xbox X performance, and a little bit of PC performance as well, but it just wasn't, anything to write home about.
Yeah.
Because Gamers Nexus had an initial benchmark of the game when it came out, and then they just re-updated it after those. Oh, was it just the new drivers or the update? I think it was the update, but they gave us recommended settings thing too, and they showed what settings you could change that would give you the most impact, that would help you the most. So I tried some of the stuff. We'll see, but I don't know because again, I'm not fucking running a frame rate thing. I don't know if there's one built in the game or not.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah. I mean, I haven't played it, so I can't tell you.
Man, you got to get on it, man. You got to try it out.
I should. Everybody's telling me, get on it. It's the best shit. So,
dude, it's not a bad game. I could say just knowing what I hear from other people, essentially it's Skyrim in space, from what I understand. Yeah. I have been in Skyrim. I just haven't played it much. My wife played it that little bit and got pissed off at it. Because it was in survival mode or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh. Totally different game, by the way.
Yeah, she was well pissed. She's like, I don't like this at all. I'm like, dude, you just, it's just a game. How hard can it be? Well, I mean, I was wrong, dude. I didn't know.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's very hard. And no, I mean, because, dude, there's this whole period of time where I didn't game really at all. And Skyrim and Morrowind. Morrowind was out right at the tail end of when I started stopping gaming. I owned it, and I loaded it up one day, played it, and it was like, yeah, no, I don't think so. Just wasn't my bag, man.
Yeah.
I was a little bit of a graphics snob.
Queen, yeah.
Bit of a graphics snob.
That's fine. I mean, everybody's got their thing. For me, I'm an RPG whore,
I like RPGs, man. I just like them to look pretty good.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it looked that good.
Well, I mean, that's the biggest problem I always had with Morrowind, because, even when it came out, the graphics weren't wow.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't wowing me at the time, so yeah, it just wasn't special. Dude, it's just for me, it was just like playing EverQuest. I played EverQuest with Jay's wife one day for an hour, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I was killed by a rabbit or some shit like that, and the graphics were very subpar for games of the time.
Yeah,
because it had to be. I mean, I guess they were probably killing their servers with all the people until they did a major upgrade.
Yeah, with MMOs, a lot of them had graphics like that because of basically server space needs for traffic and all this other stuff.
Yeah. I never played World of Warcraft. I mean, dude, there was a ton of stuff I missed. I told somebody today I never played Gears of War. Tons of stuff. I'm very aware of it.
I never played Gears of War either.
Yeah. Just whole period of time there, man. A whole chunk of my life where I didn't game at all. I didn't really have a good gaming computer.
Yeah.
I didn't come back to the space till probably about 2016-ish.
I'm not sure I'm going to be staying around in it much longer. I still get my free games from Epic and whatnot, but to be honest, the amount of time you have to sink into a quality game these days is kind of prohibitive, in my opinion.
And my attention is so divided. I tell you, this is a given. I'll probably have to uninstall it. Starfield is going to go by the wayside as soon as Cyberpunk comes out. I can tell you that right now. Because I'm going to want to play it, and I cannot do it, Starfield, and fly my shit. Because I have actually not flown. I didn't fly at all yesterday. I didn't get on the fucking computer at all yesterday, hardly.
Ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, that's at the top of his list is putting in some time in a sim.
Yep.
Hanging with his, what bros? Swedish bros?
No, British.
British bros.
Yeah. Mainly British. We got a German. We got Irish. We got there's a French dude that popped in one time. We have an Albanian guy. The Albanian, British, German guy.
Kind of metropolitan, right?
Dude, I love my European friends. It's a good time. About 2 or 3 hours of my day we fly various places.
Even without your friends, though, you would still be
Oh
flying.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. I mean, dude, if they're not on, there's one other guy that I can almost guarantee is going to be on with me. And yeah, so but regardless, I'm gonna fly. So yeah, it was a big deal that I missed, and I missed one the other day too, and that was like before that other day one, I had been flying for a month solid, like every single day at the exact
Right.
same time. But
Every
see,
time I log into Discord, man, that's what I see by your name. It's either that or what is it,
the
Valenta?
Valanta, yeah, yeah, that tracks it's like a radar for the sim.
Right.
But then you see when I start looking back after it's been a month, and I said, holy shit, every single day I've been in here, and my wife lets me do it and doesn't bitch about it. I got to slow down a bit because I feel like I'm pushing my luck and it's taken away from other things too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just not gonna.
Definitely got to have discipline about stuff like that, in my opinion, because I'm really bad about that. I will get a hold of a game that I feel a certain way about, and I'll just be like, okay, I'm going to turn the lights off. I'm going to get some snacks. I'm going to make sure I have plenty of water. Turn my phone off.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be in a cave for like a half a week at least playing this game.
Yeah. Yeah. I just can't do that, man. Yeah. There's just
I can't either.
Too much going on.
But, you know, you want to. That's like, for me, that's my desire is just play this game, nothing else.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if I've ever been one to just play and play and play. Yeah. I've always had to fight the ADHD.
It's all about, you know, getting to that next spot, that next level up in power, that new realm that just opened up. And it's always like, for me, I space my gaming out somewhat, but I'd say over the past 10 years, probably, most of it takes place at night. And that can be problematic, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like if it's 2 a.m. and I'm like, I just got to get to that next spot, I got to have a little wake up call in my head and be like, no.
No, you got to get some sleep, motherfucker. You got to go to work in the morning. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, yeah, you definitely got to have some hard self-discipline. But many people don't, man. We got friends that would spend night and day doing nothing but gaming.
You have to think about it too, because like a lot of these games, you'll get sunk in and you'll be like completing this quest line or whatever, and you look up, it's 5, 6, 8 hours later.
Yeah. Time moves in a different way when you're locked into a game like that. No doubt. But
anyway, you bought a Cyberpunk.
Well, I wasn't going to go off Starfield yet. Okay. We got some more stuff. But yeah, it would have been a good segue. Yeah. So far, I mean, it's pretty good. The one thing I have to wonder is, did Xbox Game Pass save this game? I mean, it had a lot of interest, but there are a ton of people that are just getting a free ride, basically. I mean, it's not free, but...
It's like a demo, right? It's like free for a little bit?
No, it's the whole thing. Okay. Like the whole game. And, shit, you derailed my thought.
Well, I was trying to understand how the Game Pass for it works, because isn't Game Pass just usually like you get access to whatever?
Game Pass, now I have Game Pass Ultimate, which gives me PC Game Pass as well. They just have a bunch of games on there that you can play. Any game you want that's on this thing, you can play. And so they put Starfield in it from the get-go. A lot of times it's games that have been out for a while. Sometimes it's a lot of, new games will get out there. Or maybe after a month or so.
Kind of the same as the PlayStation Plus, but having something on Starfield on there is a lot different than what they would do.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's a big deal that it got put on there because obviously tons of people who ordinarily, like, they might can afford the $16 a month or whatever for the Ultimate Game Pass, but can't afford a $60, $70 game, and if they game a lot, it's not just the only game they're buying, so they got to pick and choose where they're going to put their money. So it's kind of really a hand me from Microsoft. It's like, here, man, we're going to serve y'all up.
Yeah, those are, in my opinion, the Game Pass and the PlayStation Plus are good investments for particular kinds of people.
Yeah. It's been a good investment for me only because of the flight simulator. Otherwise, it would have been a waste of money, dude. I mean, like, I very rarely get on my Xbox. I was on it the other day just because of that moment when I had to have it.
Yeah.
Just for playing Starfield while I tried to figure out my crazy PC. But there are some annoyances with the game.
Yeah, you were wanting to mention that.
Well, I mean, dude, one thing that annoys the shit out of me is I feel like I'm menu hopping all the damn time, dude.
Right.
I mean, like tick 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 tick. I gotta go here, 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 and here. Like, can I not have a button just to go to the mission window? Like, look at missions. I gotta go here, here, and here just to look at a mission.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, it's a little tedious with that stuff.
Sometimes intuitive UI takes a minute. That may come later on, or it may not.
Yeah, I kind of think this is like Bethesda's creation engine showing its age too.
Right.
They have, man, I wonder what this would be like on Unreal 5.
Yeah.
I bet it'd be something else.
Probably.
Else. Or shit, Unreal 4 even might be better than this. I don't know if it probably wouldn't be nearly as optimized.
Right.
I don't know. Shit, now I got myself off on got myself sidetracked on what kind of things sucked with the game. Shit, it doesn't really matter, man. You play it, you'll figure it out. It just needs.
So you mentioned the UI. Is there anything else that brings to mind? No? Oh, well.
Not right.
Check it out.
Man.
You'll see what he's talking about, maybe.
At the beginning, there was a lack of ammo that kind of annoyed me. You know, eventually that doesn't really become too much of an issue.
Right.
Oh, yeah, okay, I did think of one. Dude, carrying capacity is just stupid. It's really stupid. Especially even for your ship. Like, you would think, okay, I got a ship. It should hold at least twice as much as I can carry.
Right, it's a ship, dude.
Yeah, yeah, it just sucks, dude. There's certain things, and I'm hoping and they'll balance that out eventually. But I mean, like you can add skill points, but they don't make enough difference, dude. The stuff that you can add just doesn't really help that much. So it definitely is going to need some tweaks. I haven't put any mods in. The only mod I've been interested in is the lookup table, maybe, and I don't even want to do that now.
Right.
I thought about doing the DLSS mod, but again, I'm just not feeling like I need it. And I have yet to play with my new settings. I just set them up and said, okay, I thought I was going to play last night, and I never did. So
right.
I never got to check them out and see how they played. But yeah, ultimately, I think that's all I need to say about it. You guys, there's tons and tons of videos and shit out there. I am definitely not the authority on Starfield. From a very older dude's, Gen Xer's perspective, it's a fun game. You guys that have been playing Skyrim and stuff like that, you'll know what to expect. I mean, like, I've heard enough people say it's Skyrim in space to know it must be that, you know, without ever having actually done it myself. Warping to, like, going to different planets and stuff can be real tedious sometimes. And there's a lot of things that you don't even know about. Like, you know, back in the day, you used to kind of get a game manual or something, at least kind of told you some stuff of what to do. I kind of feel like there's a lot of hidden things that you just kind of got to stumble onto on your own. Like, there's no tutorial to tell me that if I hold the right trigger button down, it'll charge up my little cutting laser, you know, for a max boost or something like that. Those are kind of left out. You're either watching it on a video or you're going to figure out it for yourself.
In the old days, we used to have these things called game manuals.
Yeah. You used to have content inside the box besides the disc or cassette or cartridge.
And some of them went ham with it, right?
I'm telling you, man, you get, dude, like some of the old PC games I used to get, especially like the flight sim, like the fighter, like F-15 or whatever simulators back in the day would have just thick ass manuals with a ring binder and shit and just all kinds of cool stuff, man. Software back in the day was really cool. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to get like cloth maps.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, that made me think of that too. Like
Yeah.
those same things. They would have like a cloth map of the theater of battle or whatever. Yeah, like what was the last one I had that had a cloth map? I want to say it might have been Morrowind.
I think
There's
they
only
did
a
have.
few that I've bought, and I think it was that one. It did have a cloth map in it. If I found that game, dude, it would be in pristine, like the box. And I have a bunch of my old game box, dude. I need to dig those out. Like I know I've got an old Command and Conquer box
Yeah.
and shit.
Brush off that eBay account, bro.
eBay, eBay. Yeah, I don't know about eBay, man.
It's a joke. Obviously, it would be Amazon these days, but we're old, right?
Yeah, eBay. I never really got into eBay either, man.
I
Very,
tried, and I did use it. Obviously, work related when I was in
yeah.
IT
Oh
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah, yeah. I've
But
bought some stuff there, like drum stuff.
such a pain, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
And once people could start botting bids, it was all over.
Right, yeah, after a while. And then, of course, I liked it better when you could do that, when I could
Yeah.
just buy stuff. Because I
Right.
was not in the game for, tracking shit and making bids and stuff like that. Buy it now, motherfucker. I'll still
Yep.
make you an offer. Hey, can you go a little less than that? Why not? Try it. You never pay for asking price, man. You know that, right?
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, Brian brought up Cyberpunk earlier because I brought up Cyberpunk earlier. So now we're not even going to segue. We're just going to use me and Brian bringing up Cyberpunk and me just re-mentioning it to bring it up now. They dropped their newest trailer. They just dropped their newest trailer, their official trailer, because we don't have long, kiddies. 11 days.
Coming quick.
Yep. September 26th, Phantom Liberty drops on us all. And what can I say? Idris Elba was right up front. This was like 7 years before the game starts, and they're giving us a little bit of the front story. I assume this will be the trailer we see when we come into the game, probably.
Right.
Otherwise, why would you make this? But yeah, I think this would be the very beginning of the game. And the crazy thing is like it reminded me of the beginning of the first game because he's kind of like kicking ass and shit. And then all of a sudden he's not. He's just like boom, 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 you're dead.
It's like a montage of ass kicking and then cut to a scene.
Yeah, and that's exactly how V died. Or not, well, dude, not you.
Jackie.
Jackie, thank you. Yeah. But yeah, I can't wait. I'm so excited, and definitely the Starfield will be coming off because I do not have the hard drive space right now. I am threatening. I got a laptop sitting over here with an SSD in it that I just slapped in there for my wife. Well, now I'm about to unslap it and format it, and she's not using it. And I mean, it's 500 gigabytes. It's not that big, but that's 2 games, man. 2 modern games. So, actually, I get more games on it, but I'm being facetious. Any game out lately, it's been I could probably fit 2 on.
You're being facetious, but yeah, some of these games are freaking huge.
Yeah, dude, there's no doubt. Like that 500, I could put Starfield on. No, I take that back. I was gonna say I could put Starfield on and the flight simulator. I could not. I could only put the flight simulator on that hard drive because it's at 550 gigabytes right now. It's massive. Wicked massive.
That's what everybody says.
That's what she says.
But boom.
Hey man, let me ask you something.
Hmm?
Do people watch TV anymore? Or is it just us old fuckers?
Yes, just old people. My parents insist on an antenna everywhere they go.
My mom came at me about an antenna last week when I was down there, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I guess. Well, I do know what it is. For a lot of older guys, they want to watch college football games and stuff like that.
Sure.
And don't want to pay for ESPN, SEC channel, all this other stuff. So I get that. And I think that's the main thing for I think my dad is the one that is like, I gotta have an antenna everywhere.
Yeah, and I mean maybe it's just because I don't know, we're used to. Because I still watch TV, but I'm watching it through streaming services. I have no, cable. I have no satellite. I have no antenna. It's strictly streaming and whatever I download and program through Plex for myself. I've been doing that for years, even before when I was using Xbox Media Server, and then became what, Cody or some shit like that.
I
Yeah,
think.
that's right. Yeah, it became Cody, and I've always been serving my stuff up like that, trying to get around the man, trying to charge me,
The man.
trying to charge me and shit.
Oh.
Fucking TV man. But
Well,
that's what I was afraid of. So kids just aren't even watching TV, are they?
oh no.
The only video they're seeing is on their iPhones or iPads.
Yeah, kids are hooked on, TikTok and whatever, like at age 3 these days.
So I wonder how the TV business is doing then.
Well, I mean, everybody's pivoted, right? All your major content producers are now having to make deals with providers like internet providers or.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant the physical TV business, television.
Oh, well, everybody pivoted there too. They went flat screen.
I mean, as far as how are their sales? Because if not many people are watching TV, obviously like the younger generations are not coming up buying TVs. Now they might buy it to put on their computer.
Yeah.
And use it as a gaming monitor or something like that.
Right. And that's one thing. Like a lot of them are used that way. I've got one TV that's a TV, and I use it as my primary monitor. And then I've got another TV that's kind of middle of the road as far as being a TV versus a monitor. And I use it as well. And I think a lot of people do that. Honestly, I hate manufacturers, and it's not the manufacturers necessarily that I hate, but I hate the game that they have to play. Back in the day, you could get some really awesome performance out of just like a high-def TV, right? And sometimes they would have a one with low latency for a really low price, right? The Vizio one year did that.
Yeah.
Had a great monitor for a great price, decent size, low latency. I had one until it got blown up. But yeah, I think most people are using it for not I would have said back in the day maybe DVD, Blu-ray, whatever, but now it's just streaming. They just stream everything to their TV.
Yeah. There's no doubt about that, man. It seems that way.
So
and
TVs are still around. They're still being manufactured. It's just,
oh yeah. Yeah, I know. I just wonder how much of their business has dropped off. If it's at all. I'm just curious. Like these things cross my mind, and I start to wonder, who's really watching like ABC, CBS, and NBC, or who's only watching Netflix, only watching Hulu, stuff like that. I'm curious about these things because the dynamic has shifted, and you have the strikes going on and stuff, and at some point they may find themselves where they're superfluous. We don't even care that they come back. So they better hurry up and figure it out. Like I feel like at some point people are just going to say, all right, well, we get enough entertainment out of our own idiot selves.
All right.
I mean, it's possible, I guess. I'm not saying I like that, but
people are so connected these days.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, okay, so if they did that, then all of a sudden these people would just start moving to just creating their own stuff using phones and iPads and shit like that.
Right.
Like, in other words, the SAGs of the world would disappear. Like, people could just make their shit and throw it out there.
Yeah.
And there wouldn't be any kind of fucking unions and shit like that. And
I'm a fan of unions.
I am too. They're starting to show themselves again. I thought we were losing all the unions in the United States, but they're starting to show up again.
We did. We did lose a ton of them.
Yeah, because the audit workers are striking. You heard that, right? And so I was really glad to hear that. I know people think that's stupid. The government shutdown. Why would you face a government shutdown when you got tons of money you want to give to Ukraine? Well, what? Why can't you use that money? Why do we have to shut the government down? We got money to give away. Why not keep that money and keep the government running?
In case you haven't noticed, our whole political landscape is less about getting shit done and more about screwing over the other side, right?
Yeah. Oh man, it's just that's all it's been about the last since what 2016. Just how bad you
Long as
can
I
screw.
remember, I wouldn't even say that far back. Like they were, it wasn't as overt and nasty back in the 80s, but it was still present. Newt Gingrich, you know, he was kind of the founder of that ideology, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Ah man, fuck them fuckers.
Yeah.
They're just fucking. I will say, I hope we can get through it. I'm gonna bring this rant up just because we got time. I feel like.
Go for it.
I was watching, and I'm finding myself more and more annoyed with the fact that I even look at it anymore. I was watching the WAN show.
Yeah.
Because it just popped on, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go see, how pompous Linus seems at the moment. Because ever since the whole Gamers Nexus thing, and previous things like the last Trust Me Bro thing, I feel like Linus just gets more and more and more full of himself and more pompous. And so they bring up this rant and they want to go after Elon. They want to bring up the fact that Elon made a video on his phone about him self-driving, showing off the latest self-driving that's about to come out and what it could do. And making this big fucking deal about how that's against Tesla's company policy, and other people that have done that and put their videos online have had their, I don't know, what is it, warranty removed, or no, access to self-driving removed, I guess is what it is. And my first and only thought is, in what world do you think, in what, do you think the world is fair? First of all, like that, he's coming at it like the world is fair. Second of all, who gives a fuck? First of all, it's his company.
Right.
So who's going to come from Tesla and go, well, you broke the rules. You're going to have to pay the price.
Well, here's the thing. Like, the reason that everybody got in so much trouble for doing that is because it was having problems, right?
Yeah.
And they were doing that because it was having problems. And then this policy became
well,
whatever.
it makes the policy doesn't seem stupid to me. Like, you shouldn't be using your phone, regardless if the car is driving or not. You probably still need to kind of be paying attention to what's going on, I think, in my opinion. I'm sure that'll change over time where nobody's paying attention to shit while they're driving. Some don't now.
I was going to say, man, I see tons of people in non-self-driving cars, like...
Yeah. Oh, I know. No doubt about it, bro.
Yelling into their phones.
So yeah, I can see why the policy is there. I just think they're just being, I don't know.
Well, no, I think part of that policy was to kind of like hold back some negative press, and now he's trying to use that same avenue for positive press. I think people feel like.
See, but I don't buy that because the press can get into the car and film it while somebody else is driving and use a regular press camera and shit like that, and it doesn't violate shit. Yeah. So I don't necessarily buy that they made that just to keep the bad press away.
Well, because you know how the press works, right? They're paid by people to do things. So the idea was these were individuals and not the press. And they don't really, their phone is their camera, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think we're coming at it from different angles. I agree that the world's not fair and it never will be. But at the same time, some people benefit from that strongly. And I don't know that that's necessarily right. I think as a civilization, we should be like, we as a whole are more important, right?
We as a whole are more important.
Yes, than any individual.
Oh, yeah, sure. No doubt.
Yeah. I don't know. I just kind of feel like a lot of people kind of feel that way. And even these people who are at the top of the financial food chain probably think they feel that way, but at the same time, killing the world.
But I do think certain people get. I do think that in certain things that certainly more people could they would stand out. Should be allowed to stand out at sometimes.
Gotcha.
Especially if they're doing great things.
Well, I mean, that's the thing.
Like Einstein or something like that.
People can tell you it's great.
He is, okay, for example, that person was way more important than many people. So, like, if you had to kill 100 people to save Einstein, I could make that leap.
I don't know, man. Einstein was super important. Yes, I agree. But at the same time, if he weren't involved in the Manhattan Project, we may not have been the only nation to have, like, obliterated an island with inhabitants on it.
I'm just using his as an example. Tesla's another. I'm just trying to find good people. I mean, you could say bad things about anybody and try and make a counter argument. I'm just saying, like, there are people that are worth saving over a large mass group of people. And who knows, there could be people in that mass group of people that should have been worth saving that could have done similar great things. You don't know, but if you do know some,
well, here's
in
the
the
thing,
moment while you're living that you think are doing great things, they're probably worth giving some deference to.
I kind of feel like the people that make the scene of, like, who's important and whatnot, they have a specific agenda, and I don't know. They're going to tell you why these things are great, right? They're going to make the argument. They're going to, have talking points of why this thing is so awesome. And in the meantime,
some people would.
And
then some genuine people wouldn't. There are good people out there.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think
people out there, and just because some people have more money than others doesn't make them any less genuine. Like Bezos, for example, I think I didn't know him. I haven't known him now or since he got famous, stupidly rich. But I suspect he is way more of a jerk off now than he was then.
Maybe. I mean, generally that's what happens, right? You get power and it corrupts you.
Well, I don't know what it is about him, dude. I just get, it's like I said before, I'm a very good judge. Yeah, I'm a very good judge of character, dude. And I just do not get good vibes from him, man. I feel like he's doing almost similar things to Elon, trying to get space and whatnot and do space-time things, but I don't feel like anything he's doing is good. And then if you follow the rocket industry at all, like they're having problems with the engines they've been providing to people and shit. And like, I just feel like, they're just, I get ick when I think of Bezos and Amazon too, dude. I'm to the point where I don't think Amazon's all that great anymore.
It's getting worse and worse, right? Like, Prime used to be a big deal.
Yeah, and Prime's ripping you off, dude. If you know people who have Prime and you, like, dude, I did this with a computer when we bought this computer. I didn't have Prime and it gave a price, and then we went to buy it, and the person that was buying it had Prime, and the price was higher.
Yeah.
So they get free shipping or whatever, but they're still paying a higher price that covers the cost of shipping. It's stupid. Yep. It's the stupidest thing in the world. And if you don't know, you don't know. And who would know, man? Most people aren't going to know because they're logged in under their account. They're not going to see the other price.
The only thing that Prime is worth is the streaming service, and that's only if you use it. If it's stuff you want to watch, like there are a few seasons of American Horror Story I watched. That's on there.
Yeah.
There is some good content, but
they're
not all bangers.
Yeah,
right?
There's a lot of crap, dude. It's like, it's a lot like Tubi, but Tubi's free, right? Yeah. Tubi's got a lot of great shit, but it's got a lot of B's and C shit too. Shit you never heard of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, man. And then everything on fucking Amazon is just Chinese crap, dude. You know when Amazon was still cool? When they sold shit.
Yeah.
And they still sell shit, but I'm talking about when they actually just moved people's products. They had warehouses full of people's products. You went on Amazon and got a price for it, and it was cheaper than everywhere else, but it came from Amazon. And then whenever they opened it up to, the affiliates or whatever, however that all works and shit,
Yeah.
no, it just got too big for its britches, man.
I'd agree with that.
And I don't know that somebody could swoop in. And I mean, when it's so big, you got like Temu or whatever, and Wish has been out for a while. But those places are just scary. Like the worst of the worst. You might get what you ordered, and if you do get it, it's going to just be a piece of Chinese crap.
Yeah.
It's just There needs to be an alternative, I guess. Everything needs competition.
Yeah, well, I mean, it does, and despite all of our anti-monopoly stuff and antitrust laws and whatnot, still a lot of monopolies and shit.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I was trying to think of one recently that I thought, man, these people so past need to be broken up. Who was it? I'm not sure. Well, you look at these media conglomerates, man.
Yeah.
That's uncalled for. Like every fucking like record label that we grew up with, is probably owned by Sony or some shit.
Right.
That's bullshit, Like there's like 3 companies that can be in the music business, but 100 record labels.
Yeah.
I don't like that shit.
Disney. Why is Disney in charge of football, right?
Yeah.
Why are they in charge of ESPN?
They own everything now, man. Disney and Discovery. Look at this. Where the fuck did Discovery come from, dude? Honestly, where the fuck did they come from? They've had a great network, but did you know they were rolling like that?
I didn't. Not until recently.
They were rolling.
Yeah.
Holy shit. I mean, like all those stupid shows that people love, man.
Well, that's what I was going to say. They can't be that stupid.
Shoot 'em shit,
Yeah, because everybody loves them.
Yeah, and it must have made some money. And they don't cost fuck all to make. They don't pay those people shit to do it, They must have been making money hand over fucking fist to come in
and they're very economical.
AT&T.
Yeah, they're very economical with their equipment too.
Yeah, I should rephrase how I said that. It just sounds like I said they bought AT&T to buy out everything AT&T had that they had just bought. Like AT&T just bought all that shit like a year prior, set up HBO Max and shit, then said we're out, and fucking Discovery comes in and like we're in, we'll take it. And I'm like, holy shit, who knew?
Yeah,
who knew?
Sometimes it works out that way, man.
But I mean, they got a ton of different channels, man. Ton of different channels. So content for days, and their back catalog. Like people will watch a lot, dude. How It's Made, like that show alone.
Yeah.
You can watch that shit for years and years and years to come, even the old episodes and shit, and it's all going to be relevant for teaching you something.
Yeah, and also like any of the Nat Geo related stuff. There's something else.
I think I heard they were getting rid of National Geographic too.
Yeah, I think I heard that too.
What the fuck is wrong with this world? I guess there's a time and a place, man, and people that read National Geographic are gone. I actually had a subscription when I was a younger lad. My real dad had bought one for me as a birthday gift.
I remember reading a lot of them. Oh, well, I say reading. I remember the pictures more than I do the words.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, that's the thing. National Geographic brought you the pictures, brought you stuff that you never could see.
Right.
It's all pre-internet, kiddies. I mean, like, we had no other way to see this stuff other than in these kind of magazines. Magazines, dude, I loved magazines. Yeah. And you talk about pictures, yeah, I would read, but I wasn't a reader back then, so it was about the pictures, man. Just looking through the stuff and seeing whatever I was reading about that was interesting, a Star Wars magazine, a Starlog or something like that, or a Fangoria or whatever it is.
God.
The great pictures, man. Gotta love it. I made you. Did you check out the Halloween list?
I haven't had a chance to check that out. I kind of want to do something on. If we can make it happen, I would love to sometime around Halloween, maybe leading up to Halloween, do a what do they call it? A marathon live broadcast.
Yeah, I mean, we could for sure. We could do it on Discord, not get in any trouble. I don't think so. The
Yeah.
problem is letting everybody. I mean, like, getting everybody here. Like, so
Well, the thing is, Creative Commons is probably the way to go, and we can talk more about that off stream. But basically, you would have to do it under Creative Commons. You would only have access to certain stuff, but there's so much out there you could build list. But yeah, just to do like a almost MST3K type stuff, or like a viewing of the room.
The old Universal movies, being as old as they are, I wonder if they would fall under that at this point.
They should.
Because like Dracula was what was it? Was it 27 or 37?
I want to say it was in the 30s.
Yeah, because I think they didn't go sound until 29, maybe.
Yeah.
I could have told you that instantly a year ago. But yeah, so I mean, like stuff like that, that'd be cool too.
Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. And even if we can't necessarily show what we're watching, a watch party would be cool. Possibly do some other activities.
Dude, if we use something like Tubi where everybody could get on for free at their house or whatever, you just watch along. That's something you can do too, where you just say 3, 2, 1, hit it, and everybody's watching at the same time.
Yeah.
So we could do something like that. Anywho, is there anything else that you want to talk about as we go? I did want to mention, my wife told me like 2 weeks ago, she said, tell Brian I like his little orange headphones.
Ah.
So
they make her feel like I'm a starfighter. It's not quite the Jedi color, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you need to go get you some tester's paint and fix it up where it's come apart. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying. Like, keep it white. Yeah, X-Wing pilot.
It does look very X-Wing-ish. Yeah. Yeah, maybe take where the little doodad comes in front of your face and paint it white and give it like an orange tip.
Put a little tip on it.
Yep. I'm telling you, got something going on there. So, before we do go, I did notice that we had 2 new subscribers. We're now 27, yes. And I suspect that one of them is our friend, Mr. Odom, who razzed me a little bit for talking about multiplayer in Starfield. Like, I wasn't saying it had multiplayer, but I was just saying, like, I miss that it wasn't like a Star Citizen type thing. I'm sure it will be. Like he said, he told me, it'll get modded into some kind of multiplayer deal.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's official or unofficial stuff, I guess. Is Skyrim did multiplayer eventually, right? Or did it get from the get-go?
I don't think it was in the get-go. And I think it was a mod.
Yeah. Would that been a third-party mod, or would it have been something from Bethesda?
It would have been a third party, but I think Bethesda finally adopted it.
Oh yeah, because I know that they do mod support. And I think Skyrim was like 6 months, and Fallout 4, New Vegas or something like 4 months or something like that. Yeah, it doesn't take very long. But these modders were on Starfield quicker than fucking shit, dude.
Oh yeah,
pre-release they were already on it. They had to have been because they were like day one they will shit out.
Well, I mean, you know how it is. If you're modding stuff, you want the newest, hottest shit, right?
Well, the cool thing, see, that's where Microsoft and shit or whoever just lets you preload on a PC fucks up, because these guys get access to the files right away. Yep. Whether they can play the game or not doesn't matter. They still get to go through all that shit. Anything that has text that they can read or manipulate INI files or the code, That's above my pay grade, so I don't even talk about that shit, man. Code, what the fuck's that? I can change text, an INI file or something. Yeah. It's funny that I even used to mod
compilers and decompilers.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny that I used to mod tribes. Like I used to mod shit, but I would be totally lost today. I'm sure. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I can go through files and look at shit and see what's what. Usually I can look at code though. I mean, I can't write code, but like I can look through code and I can see what's doing.
I was going to say you can write code, you just don't have the patience, right?
Yeah, no doubt.
you can understand the code when you look at it. Usually.
Yeah. I can see what it's doing and whatever, and kind of get what's going on. But man, it's just like it's literally like looking at the Matrix shit in front of me. It's just like massive amounts of information going in front of me. Anywho, so yeah, I was really happy to see we got a little lift, and Mr. Odom, if that was you, thank you so much. I'm glad you're watching. I hope you continue to watch, buddy. I hope we're getting better.
And we miss you.
Yeah, man.
We'd love to chat with you sometime.
I'm hoping that he'll have some free time one time. He did say that he's always open to, he's always watching the game scene, so he's open to help us out, you know, or if I just have a question or two or whatever, he's there. I definitely, if there's stuff, you know, he did mention, of course, he's bound to NDAs, so anything we talk to him about, it would have to be in that realm. So he is, he works on a lot of AR and VR stuff.
And to be honest, like I find some of that intriguing, but it's not really interesting. I don't know how to define what I'm trying to say. It's like it's intriguing, but not interesting to talk about necessarily.
Yeah. It's a certain group of people.
Yeah, I don't want to play VR necessarily, but I like it.
I tell you where I really like it. Yeah, AR is cool as fuck.
Yeah, and not only that, it plays so much into like ARGs, alternate reality games, and it's such a part of science fiction.
Well, it could get you outside too.
Yeah.
How about LARPing with an AR? Everybody's got AR goggles on. What would that be like? Pretty cool.
I wonder if people did that with Pokemon. Did people LARP Pokemon?
With the
Pokemon
game?
Go?
Yeah, Pokemon Go, yeah. I don't know, man. I mean, like, the potential's there.
Bunch of kids with red caps.
Well, yeah. One thing I would love to have a VR set of goggles for or whatever is the flight simulator. It would be way cool to have that. I'd be just turning my head and looking at shit. That would be very choice.
I agree.
There are, and I can see it in the car simulators like Gran Turismo and Forza. I can see where that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And I mean, I get it, like the idea of immersion. And I think those two are ones that I could go for, like, you know, any type of a piloting situation where you're in a vehicle, whether it's ground, underwater, sky, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm all for that. Beat Saber, the Arkham game, like all the stuff that I've seen on VR outside of that, I'm just kind of like, eh.
Beat Saber, I played it. That's one of the few. I have not much time on VR at all, but I did play that for a minute, and yeah, I was like, eh. It's a good workout, but it wasn't that fun. I was
going to say, yeah, it's good. It's good to work you out if you have no other way to work out.
In fact, I know our friend we were just talking about, he used to use it to work out with. He may still do it. I don't know. In fact, I might have to give him a different name until I know we can call him what we got. It's Subre23. I think he'd prefer that one.
Yeah, okay. I'm familiar with that handle.
You know that reference? Okay, good.
Yes.
Alrighty then. So, anything else?
That's all I got right now. How about you?
That's all I got, man. I think it's time to call it a night and ask that everybody always be excellent to each other. We hope you join us next time. Did I talk about subscribing and liking? I did not, did I?
I think you mentioned it, but...
Yeah. I know we did it in the Ahsoka thing at the end, and then I said, well, maybe this helped me remember at the beginning, and I think I still fucked up and didn't do it at the beginning.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, please, 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 help us build, help us grow. We're trying to get better. Yeah. Give us a subscribe. Give us a like. Leave us a comment, because we really want to know what's going down, what you like, what you don't like, you know, what you prefer us to talk about, you know, stuff you hate hearing us talk about, probably the politics. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But again, as always, be excellent to each other, and we'll see ya. See you guys on the flip side. Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Out.